Good morning. So, I just want to come on real quick. Um, yeah. So, hair's done. Got my work shirt on. I have to be at work at 12 o'clock today. Um, it's like 10 minutes after 10, but I just felt like getting myself together and getting moving. I've been laying in my bed. Um, I've been up about 7. My alarm clock went off at 7, but I really got up at like 6 because Mimi got up and left to go to dialysis. So I really got up at like 6 when he got up. But I am up. All of the kids are still sleeping. Um, yeah, opening up some blinds to get some light in here. So, yeah, open those up already. So I just wanted to come on because I don't know if you guys saw, and I know I've gotten a couple views on that video. Sorry about the lighting. We have started doing Grubhub. We went out. Why is this chair feel like this? Oh, I forgot he said it was broken. Oh my goodness, that's so uncomfortable. We went out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and did Grubhub. Um, and that was beyond this week's pay. But we made $119. Total, I think it was like 7.5 hours that we did, which wasn't bad for 119. And that was just for the weekend, so that's pretty good. Like with this being a second income for me and Mimi, because we just ride together. He just rides along with me for some conversation. I do most of the driving and jumping out of the car and getting the orders, but he rides with me for some conversation, and so I'm not riding alone. But yeah, for the first day we did 119. For the just the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I said, it was like 7.5 hours that we worked the weekend. We didn't really do too many hours over. Yesterday we went out, which was Monday. Our block was from 6 to 7:30 yesterday, but we left the house a little early because we had to make a stop. Like we left here like 5 o'clock because we wanted to stop at the store and get some ice so we can have some water with us. And then we went out towards where we usually sit, and we sat out there. Um, but we were on the whole time. Like we turned it on at 5 o'clock when we left here just to see what we'd get because we had to do some running around. So we went and got our ice and had some water and different stuff like that. Headed out towards where we usually go. Sat in the mall parking lot out there for a little while. Just sat, talked. He listened to CNN news on the radio. And we got our first order at like 5:30. So we really only started like a half an hour early. Um, Last night orders were coming like back to back, back to back. Like I had at one time I had like two different times I had like we were in the process of a order, and then I had an order in queue like two different times. They were back to back. I think last night we end up with oh like 7 orders. We end up getting. We rejected 2 of them because the one was um, where was the one? Like a Ruby Tuesdays for $6. Um, and we weren't nowhere close to the Ruby Tuesdays, or we were close to the Ruby Tuesdays, but it had to be taken so far away. So that means that there was no tip on that one. And then the other one we rejected was a sushi place that from the first video I told you guys that I had got turned around, the sushi place in the mall. Um, and it was like $6, but just the fact that I had to go in the mall, walk through the mall to get it, get the order, come back out to the parking and drive it, and it was not close to the mall where we had to drop it off of for $6, so I rejected that. Everything else we accepted. We end up getting quite a few larger orders. We end up going further than we've ever gone um, since we've started, but the pay going out that way, going a little further out that way, was a lot better. It only took us an extra 5 minutes or so out of the way of where we usually go, or like I think it was like 10 minutes out of the way. But then we end up getting two orders out there that were like 5 minutes from each other. And then that was closer toward the end of our shift. Well, that was after the end of our shift. We were off block, but we said we'll leave it on um, when we was delivering our last one that was in our block. We will leave it on and see what we got. And then we end up getting two more off the block out that way. And the tips and the pay was a lot bigger. So last night we ended up making $54. And we really only worked because we went in an hour before and we was done like an hour after our shift. So we worked maybe 3 hours, 5 to 8. Worked 3 hours and got $54, which is decent for me. This, like I said, this is our second income because what we're trying to do is, because I was working full time until I graduated. Since I've graduated, I went down from full time to part time, but in the field that I graduated from, I'm making more, but I have less hours, and it's a little less than what I was making when I was full time. So we are trying to catch back up on bills. Like I've only been working this job for 2 months, and um, the effect is ridiculous of how bad it's affecting us just going down part time. So I was trying to find um, a different job, like something full time. I think I went through this whole story in the last video and couldn't, so I figured look into, because Mimi was going to do a Lyft and Uber, but I'm like, that's going to take you wherever, um, and I don't know about, I mean, the pay is probably good, and I'm sure it is because we've paid $100 just to come from the big city, a casino where we live that will take us 45 minutes to drive because some extraness happened while we was there with the people that we rode with, so we end up having to come back. Well, Mimi and my sister rode in the Uber, and they paid, it was $100 that they paid her. Um, just to get back because it was a weekend. It was a game night. It was games going on that weekend, bonus pay. So I'm sure he can make the money, but I don't know about the driving around with people in the car. You're not knowing exactly where you're going to end up and all that. So, I mean, he said he still wants to do it, Uber or Lyft, either one of them. We'll see. But for me, I'm more comfortable with not having no one in my car. Um, like even at work, I drive. Um, I have to drive my clients to certain places, and I know who they are and exactly where I'm taking them to and exactly where I'm dropping them back off to. Don't really like people in my car. I'm just like, I just don't like people in my car. So that's why I figured I would do. Well, I signed up for, what did I sign up for first? I signed up for Instacart first, and did all my stuff there and had to wait for my card to come and all that. In the meantime, no, I signed up for Grubhub first. They didn't have any openings in my area. Then I signed up for Instacart and did all that stuff and was waiting on my card to come. But that same day, Grubhub emailed me and said they have openings to finish all of my onboarding stuff. So I finished that. I had to wait for my Grubhub bags to come. And so I was just in limbo for a couple days. My Instacart stuff came, but there was no hours to pick up. So um, when my Grubhub stuff came, I just picked up some hours, and we've been working Grubhub since Friday, like the weekend. Um, and then I just signed up with my first set of hours with Instacart, and then they just ran my background and driving record and all that just came back. So now I am on with Instacart and can do some deliveries with them. Um, so I'm going to pick a schedule. Like my Grubhub, I'm going to do in the evenings, and then my Instacart, I'm going to do in the mornings on the days that I'm off. So my Instacart, it'll be like Wednesday. I think I'm going to do all day Instacart Wednesdays, Saturday mornings, and then Sunday mornings, I'm doing Instacart. And then not Wednesday, Friday evenings, Saturday evenings, and Sunday evenings, I'm going to do Grubhub. We are going to take Tuesdays just in general off. Thursdays, we're probably going to take Thursdays in general off because Tuesdays and Thursdays are our busy days, and plus those are Mimi's two dialysis days. So we're probably going to take Tuesdays and Thursdays off, and then Monday we'll kind of play by ear. Monday evenings, because I work Monday morning. Like I work mornings. The only day I'm off is Wednesdays. Um, and Tuesdays I'm taking off because I don't go to work until 12. Well, Mimi's not here. He's at dialysis. He gets home about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I leave at like 11:30 heading to work. So, and then I get off at 5 o'clock, but then we have like counseling group and parent, like it's stuff that we have Tuesday evenings. So like tonight, when I get off tonight at 5, I have to come home, grab Michi, and then go back out. So Tuesdays are a no-go for sure. Thursdays are probably going to be a no-go for sure, just so we can have time to relax, because Thursdays is kind of the same. I get off at 2. I have to come get Michi, and we have to go to court at 2:30. And then I will have to bring him home and then run back out. Like, it's just too much. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be our off days. Like I said, Monday we'll play by ear. We're pretty much going to work the weekends. Um, to get that extra money. Now, so we're going to do that and try to get the bills. Like, our bills are caught up. That's our number one thing, is to pay the bills that we have to use on a daily basis. Our gas, our electric, our water, our rent, our phones, our car payment, our car insurance are paid. Even our internet is paid because we don't have cable. We already eliminated that. We have internet and we have streaming TVs. Um, so all of that is number one to pay. And then we're going to pay on our credit cards, like pay down our credit cards. We have, I think it's 4 in total. We have one that me and Mimi both are on. Mimi has one of his own. I have one of my own, and then we have a department store card. So we have 4 credit cards. And we're trying to get that all paid down so it can. Our number one goal is to get everything paid down so we can get a loan to buy a house. We've gotten so close, but my thing is, I don't want to be working to pay for a house. The loan that we were going to get was way over what I expected to be feasible for our area. I don't want to pay that kind of loan. Now, granted, we were getting the house built. Um, okay, I had a phone call come in. We were getting the house built, but I didn't want to pay that much for a mortgage, especially with still having 4 kids to take care of. bills. Like, I didn't want to pay that much on a mortgage. But I do want a nice house. Now, what they qualified us for um, in our area, that is not going to get us a decent house. Not here. Like, what they qualified us for, and I'm just going to put it out there, what, based on what we say we want to pay with a mortgage, is a $90,000 house. Now, a $90,000 house here, everything that we're looking into is gonna need a good another $50,000 worth of work for a $90,000 house. My thinking is, if I can get my credit score up and save more money, I can just take that 140,000 and put it on a house that I won't have to fix up. So, I mean, you're gonna have to fix up anything, for sure. You're gonna have to make it yours. But I don't feel like for 90,000 in this area that I should pay for a house 90,000 that has a big hole in the roof, or that has a drywall hanging. Like, that's stuff that's gonna have to be done right then and there. So, I mean, I will buy a $30,000 house and put the rest of that 90 in, but that's not the loan that you're trying to give us. So, just to get ourselves more financially secure, where we are able to get the house that we want, whether it is next year, year after next, year after that, or if it's just the house that I walk in and say, this is the house that I want. I don't want to be limited by a number. I want to be able to walk into many houses and be like, okay, this is the house. I don't want to limit myself. Oh, I only can see $90,000 house. Because what if the house that is my house is not 90,000? What if it's 110? What if it's 120? But I'm not being able to see those kind of houses. So our thing is to get our credit back to where it needs to be, because we were on top of it. Like, we got approved for a house that was a $1,500 mortgage that we were going to build our house, and it was the house, actually the one that we actually agreed on was like $1,300, and it was the house. It was everything that I wanted in the house. We were putting everything that I wanted in the house. But if I can get the same kind of house by just putting some extra money into it, I'll do that. But I don't want to be limited to the houses that I can see. But anyway, I'm rambling. So yeah, we've been doing Grubhub. We've been doing, well, I just did Instacart. If I didn't have to go to work, I could have had a $17 order, because it just chimed me for the store that is literally 5 minutes down the road from me to deliver it. The Audi's down the street from me, but I have to work, and I mean, I wouldn't have had time to go to the store, shop, bring it back. Like, I could have had $17 in Instacart. So it is what it is. I see why a lot of people do it for a living. If you can get the orders, but I still have to keep my job because we're trying to get out of debt, not create any more debt. So with me being able to do these little side hustles, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and it being able to pay off, then it will be that much easier to pay off our debt, because my income and Mimi's income will be able to take care of our car payment, like our basic households, and then the Instacart and the Grubhub that we're doing will be able to pay everything on the back end that we need to pay, plus start putting money into the accounts, and that's number one. So this week I will get paid Grubhub, and then also with my job I get mileage. They pay us mileage, and they actually pay us a separate check, so I'll get my mileage check from my actual job this week. So I'm going to put that all into the account, catch up on whatever bills we can catch up on with those two checks, which is a decent amount, a little amount of money, and start getting our credit cards paid down and all that kind of stuff. Because, yeah, it just feels so much better when you're financial stable. And right now, I'm kind of stressing because we're not, but we will be soon. Hopefully, after like this next month, everything goes better and we get out of this rabbit hole. But anyway, about to go find me something to eat. Just want to come on, touch bases. I got the rambling, don't even know where I was going with this whole thing. But yeah, we did pretty good. Grubhub last night, $54 for 3 hours of work, which is not bad. Um, but what we're gonna do is instead of working off beats, we're gonna just stick to our schedule and see if we can make the most with the schedule that we create for us, and a little more structure, because we were just going out every night. Like all this week, we just go out every night, other than today. But we're trying to get the flow of it. But as of next week, like we're gonna have a more strict schedule, just working the weekends and seeing exactly what we can pull the weekends. Mimi loves it, but just seeing what exactly we can pull on weekends where we're not taking away from the time that we're spending with the kids in the evening. And plus, we're going to get ready to start school shopping and all that kind of stuff. So we definitely need the extra money. But once we get out of this hole and, you know what I'm saying, just stick to the work in the weekends, not running so much gas, because like we're going every day just to get that money. Um, because eventually all of it is going to end up being extra money to save. So, all right, just want to come on here and talk to you guys for a little bit. Go find me something to eat so I can get ready to go to work. I got about an hour before I leave. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please do, because we are going to definitely be having more videos rolling out, because we are doing a lot more. I want you guys to be here as we work our way down to getting back out of debt. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and as always, be blessed. Bye.